Hi, welcome to the Upper Bloom. My name is Jennifer, your floral stylist, and today we are on party number 2. This is going to be a luau themed party. As you can see here, I'm wearing this beautiful lei, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these today, and we're also going to do an arrangement in a seashell. So let's start with our lei here. This is made out of white orchids, spray roses, and ruscus. And the reason I made it like this is because it's very different from anything that you would see, for instance, at a graduation. It's a lot more colorful and very simple to make and very inexpensive. So what I did is, first of all, you need to start with dental floss or fishing wire. I prefer to use dental floss because it's not as slippery. And to make one this length, you need to just measure out 36 inches of dental floss, and then you're going to just thread it through a large needle and then tie a knot in the end. So you want to make a really thick knot at the end and leave a little bit of a tail so you have room to tie it. So I just have a heavy knot here, and that's what we're going to start with. This is actually much smaller than the one that's around my neck. I'm just using this as a demonstration. Once you start sewing away, you'll get the hang of it really easy, and it's really easy just to create your own pattern. I started with my greenery first, and then 5 blooms of the white dendrobiums, and then 1 bloom of the spray rose. So what you do first is you take your ruscus leaves, and I have 2 of them, and you just simply fold them in half. You get more bulk out of it this way, and that way you don't have to use as many blossoms. Fold them in half and then push them all the way down to the end. And then I'm going to cut, these are the dendrobium orchids. I'm going to cut, it's easier if you cut all of your blossoms all at once and you have them all out ready to go. We're just going to do 5 here. So I'm going to cut 5. Take the whole stem off, and you're just going to thread the needle right through the back of it, right up the middle of the stem. You always want to have your orchid facing the same direction, that way it'll lay really nice. You can do any pattern you want. You can use more of the spray roses if you want more color, or use more greenery. Greenery is good if you want to make it more masculine. Okay, now I'm going to add my spray rose for color. This is a little bit harder to thread because they're thicker, so you have to be careful. And again, you're just going to poke right through the back of it with a needle, push all the way through. Okay, I'm going to try this again. You want to use small-headed flowers because the larger the head is, the harder it's going to be to get the needle all the way through it. Okay. Mine took about 20 minutes total to make. So you can see here we're starting a pattern, and then you just start over again with your greenery. Take your 2 leaves, fold them in half, there you have it. I think you're getting the idea here. So I'll just keep going for a minute, and then I'll show you how to tie it off at the end. Now I bought one bunch of each kind of flower to make these. If you were to buy one retail, you would probably spend at least $30. I bought one bunch of dendrobium orchids. There's 10 stems in a bunch. One bunch of the spray roses. There's 10 stems in a bunch. And then one bunch of the ruscus. I can get 2 lays out of this material. So essentially you're getting 2 lays for the price of one. I don't know why that's so funny, but okay. They're fun to make too. They're really fun to make. Okay, I think you get the idea now. We're gonna do one more. See, I need to use a smaller bloom so that it will go all the way through. Okay, once you get to the end, save a couple of inches at the end so that you have a little extra string to tie it together. You want to begin with your greenery and end with your greenery. So the bulk of the greenery is going to be behind your neck. And once you have it tied off and finished, if you need to store it for a while, you can use a resealable plastic bag. You want to mist it and you can stick it in your refrigerator. This will hold up for a good 2 or 3 days. Okay, now that you know how to make your lei, we're going to focus now on a centerpiece. This is for a luau or Hawaiian themed party. So what I have here is actually an artificial seashell. You can buy a real one if you want. This is more expensive. Something this size would retail in the neighborhood of $30. I bought this one for $14, and as you can see, you can hardly tell the difference between them. So we're gonna use this one today, and I have a little bit of Oasis in here, which is wet foam. If you don't already know, Oasis comes on a big block. So I just cut off a little section and wedged it in the shell. And so this is gonna be the base that holds our flowers in here. So what I'm gonna start with is some horsetail. And this makes a really nice greenery for height, and it goes really well with exotics. It's inexpensive and it lasts a long time. So we're just gonna poke a few in here, and they can all be different lengths, and just have them stand straight up like this. Okay, and what I'm going to add next is umbrella fern. This is a beautiful fern, and this also lasts a really long time. I'm just going to kind of offside it like so. You can use more than one piece if you want to. I think I'll use 2 and just make it look interesting like so. This is such a simple arrangement, and it's so pretty. Now these orchids, you can find just about anywhere. If you're not able to buy at a wholesale florist, you can find these at probably your local farmer's market, or maybe even, I hate to say it, Trader Joe's. Or you can come to my shop and buy them. These are called Makara orchids, and they come in all kinds of gorgeous bright colors. This is a really pretty fuchsia. I'm just going to turn it around so I can see from the front how it looks. All right. Now the Macara orchids come in bunches of 5, but you don't need a whole lot to make something like this. All right, we're almost done already. Now all I do is take some more of this reindeer moss, this really spongy, beautiful moss, and I just fill in around the edges so you don't see any of the oasis. If I can find my water bottle here. Okay, now we just missed it. Now if you're good about adding water to this every couple of days, you will get a lot of life out of it. Exotics last a long time and they don't have to stay cold like other flowers. So here is your beautiful centerpiece. Now I have a quick alternative. This is a little bit less expensive. This container was $12. I'm just gonna do something super simple here. I'm gonna take some more of this horsetail and just kind of wind it around your hand like so. Shove it down in the container. You just have it go kind of around the edge. Oh, it's not going to stay down. Here we go. Now I'm going to cut some of the blooms off. Maybe just like 5 or 6. And we're just going to simply float them in the bowl. Now what you can do with this umbrella fern to make it look a little more interesting and bigger than what it really is, you can take this and actually place it underneath your container. And that way you have some interest at the bottom of your arrangement too. It looks really cool on the table like this. And I would say all in all, this arrangement would probably cost you less than $25. And there you have it. Thank you so much, Johnny Jeans, again, for your beautiful clothes and jewelry, and thank you, Anna Brandt, for sharing your beautiful backdrops with me. Her studio is also in Old Town Tustin. She's a phenomenal maternity, baby, and family photographer.